And did you
course.
feel like being at home and having a somewhat of a network already around you, did that, yes, you're doing the bigger pockets and all that kind of stuff, but did you feel like you already had a leg up on some people because of the area that you were working in and maybe knowing some people, already ahead of time? I mean, because we have some young guys in the room that just started about, call it 6, 8 months ago. They're on the grind right now of that, bigger pockets, the meetups, the networking events where you're, in some Elks Lodge with, 8 to 10 people, and you're not sure who's the real players in the game, if anybody is at all. How much did you have to kind of trial and error through that process to, and who did you lean on? Did you feel like the most as you were kind of coming up through that process?
So I don't think there's very few relationships other than maybe family, but even then, this could be challenged. No relationships come by default. They have to, by design, be
Right.
built. So even those two guys at the marina, this guy could have come in, rented that slip, and I could have never built a relationship with. But I said, hey, do you mind if do you have a few minutes? Can I sit and ask you some questions? Or, man, are there any books that you have? And he'd start leaving, right? So it takes effort. So,
Yeah.
and there were, I literally started asking everyone in my network, who do you know that is a real estate investor? And there was one lady from that I remember when I was a teenager and I went to church that my parents knew, like 15 years ago. Like I didn't even know she lived in the area still, type of thing. And so eventually I
Right.
contacted her and went and I treated her to lunch, right? Um, Things like that. So none of it was really kind of built in. I was constantly seeking. And I think my mindset going into that was, hey, I don't feel like I have anything to bring to the table. I don't care. I'll at least carry the water to the table or whatever, just to get around people who were doing it, right? So I was like, look, I will come sweep. I will come rake at your projects. Can I just ask? Yeah, I will buy you lunch. Like whatever, what can I do? And I think that they really the handful of them, they responded to that, and also
Yeah.
that I was willing to take action on what they were telling me, because they were like, I felt like they were surprised when I'd come back, like, yeah, I did. I read the book you gave me, or I did this or that. And I did go find the communities, like the investor meetups in my area. They weren't always what I hoped they would be, but I took them for what they were, and I was just still trying to glean, not throw the baby out with the bathwater type of thing.